Backwoods Billy, coming to the beautiful Delmarva Eastern Shore. Remember to click, like, subscribe to Backwoods Billy Craft Beer Reviews on YouTube. Check me out as Backwoods Billy CBR on Twitter. You can also check my articles out at shorecraftbeer.com. Also, look for me in beer magazines and local papers near you on beer. Talking about a beer, remember to click, like, subscribe, guys, and forward us to your friends, family, coworkers, and enemies. A salute to King Gambrinus, who is the patron saint of beer by Narragansett. Now, from 2013 was the last time they produced this until 2017 it came back. Narragansett used to have an Oktoberfest party every year at their brewery up until that point. To my knowledge, I don't know if they're going to have one or not. I don't believe they are this year. 22 IBUs, 5.5% alcohol by volume, somewhere between 8 to 17 on your SRM color range. Now, 22 IBUs, 24 would be the high end of this, 18 would be the low end for the IBUs. Now, 5.5 is close to the high of 6.2 for this category. Now, they made their thing off a Bavarian recipe for years. Basically, it's a German-style Marzen or Oktoberfest beer, so everybody knows that before the leaves change color and the weather turns cold, in essence, you start to see at the end of summer the fall beers come out, which would be Oktoberfest beers, your pumpkin beers, your s'mores beers, etc. for fall. 6A is the category for the Marzen under the BJCP style guides, where I'm getting the stats from. By the way, what brewers utilize to brew their thing to is the BJCP style guidelines. The Great American Beer Festival and the World Cup and all beer competitions that are sanctioned are, in essence, BJCP style guideline. That's what the criteria is. So when I judge a beer, I don't judge it against a regular lager or an IPA. I judge against another Oktoberfest. And if you would see 3C, be the Czech version of this, and this one in German and Czech, they both may use Munich malts, Vienna malts, and can use crystal malts and Pilsner malts. The Czech would probably use Sals, the German would probably use Tettnang and Hallertau hops. American version might use Mount Hood, Liberty, and Sals as the hops in here. They could also use German. Now, they use the German malts in this beer. I would assume they probably use the German hops. I don't know. So we know I'll put all the information for the calories, all that type of stuff in the review as well on this. 165 calories for this beer, and I'm not that good at opening the tabs. So we're going to go this way with it. And Narragansett, everybody knows, is on Rhode Island. Say hi, neighbor. So I'm sure Ron Gravis, Ron Spirits and Tools, would be happy to see me drinking this beer. Surprised we've been getting a little more of the Narragansett beers in recently. Put this one over. Get so many mosquitoes out of it. I lost the bottle opener because I use it for cans. 8 to 17 roughly is your SRM scale with this. I'd peg this closer to 12 to 14, probably a 13, probably 13. More lean towards golden copper. A lot of effervescence coming off here. The head on this can be off-white to tan in the head. Very pillowy, which is just pillowy. Some nice fisheye bubbles looking at me. Nice lacing on the glass. I'm actually getting some sweet, earthy, bready notes, light toasted on this. I haven't had this beer yet, but I'm going to think it's going to be a little bit lighter. Now, I get the caramel notes, the bready notes. This starts off slightly sweet and has a bitter. Usually, an Oktoberfest will actually, the hops are utilized to keep the malts in check. In this case, the hops actually have a bittering at the end of this. So, being lighter, like a 13 on here, leaning more towards gold than, amber or copper. This is more of a golden copper, I'd say like 12, 13, somewhere in there. Some herbal and earthy hops, bitterness to this. So, usually you don't see as much bittering with this. So this, if you guys like hops, this might be your version for you for the Oktoberfest beer. I like it. It's nice. I would say that if I were looking at, you know, Palmer, or I was looking at, for example, Goose Island, or if I was looking at Samuel Adams, Goose Island is going to be sweeter. Samuel Adams is going to be like a drier finish, more towards traditional type of style. This actually, to me, has the finish of bittering. It's not a clean finish. It's not a sweet finish. Usually it's either slightly malty or a clean finish. This actually, from the sweetness, goes to a bittering. It's not overpowering, but I would say this would be on Oktoberfest closer to the more of what you see with the house lagers, which is more of a clean or bitter finish to them than a sweet finish. So if you're a fan of the malts and you don't like the hop bitterness, you may not like this. You do get the hop bitterness. This is going to be hoppier. I like it. I mean, to me, it's good. I would pair this with pretty much any type of barbecue food. Chicken works very well with this, barbecue chicken, fried chicken. Any type of German food, obviously bratwurst. I'm going to do some brats. That works well. Pulled pork, barbecued pork, roast pork, you know, fried pork chops work well. I would say some salads work well with this as well. If I had a meal, I'm going to go off here. If I had like turkey and mashed potatoes and sauerkraut, this would work very well with that, because it would not, the sauerkraut bitterness would not interfere with the beer. I don't think you'd want to pair this with a sweet dessert or a sweet barbecue. Probably look at a mustard barbecue or a hotter barbecue. Sweet nice good. This is finishes slightly on the bitter side. The hops definitely is there in this beer versus most of the other Oktoberfest out there. King Gambrinus would be very proud, as the patron said, of beer. This is a nice Oktoberfest for all you hops lovers that might want to cross over into a fall beer. The good thing about fall to me is not only the changing the leaves, and then when I used to wear suits, you get the, you know, the nice colors you can change your suits. You know, the brown suit with some gold and some light gold, dark gold, and some more of the orangey colors. And your pinstripe pastel, you can wear maybe a golden color shirt or an off yellow shirt with nice tie, nice colors at the top, pull the colors in. But the beers that came out to me have always been really well, and also, as my wife can testify to, I love the pumpkin lattes, the pumpkin cappuccinos, the pumpkin ice cream, TCBY yogurt pumpkin ice cream. That's been out for a while. I've been getting it a lot. That and the chocolate silk, which is the silk melt chocolate and the yogurt, which is higher protein. And it's more, it takes more calories to basically digest it than it contains. It's high in protein, so it's a good frozen yogurt to get. So Backwoods Billy, 2 thumbs up. If you're more leaning towards the Goose Island sweeter style, you may not like this. I personally like this. I think it's nice. If you're into hoppier style beers, you'll probably definitely think this is the better Marzen style beer. Marzen meaning March. In essence, the beers were brewed in March, lagered or stored in German. Marzen meaning March in German, lager means store, until the basically end of August, September. Typically they got in September that they would bring this out, and into October was the October type beers, and then it became a festival that we came out into the beginning of October from September, Oktoberfest. You know, you can look it up online. If you're interested, I'm going to put more information on here. Like, I have all your calories, 5.5% ABV, 22 IBUs, all that kind of stuff listed in the description box, as well as the pairings on it. The style of glass of service be either basically a what I like to do is a brandy snifter style glass, or you can do a pint glass or a pub style, English pub style glass, which is called a Nonic, would work well, or a regular pint glass would work well with this, or a mug for the Oktoberfest. Cheers, everyone. Remember to click, like, subscribe to Backwoods Billy Craft Beer Reviews. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think. I love to put a lot of information about beers in there as much as I can. Have a great day, and welcome to fall. This past Saturday, September 22nd, was the first day of fall, so I thought it was time to do the fall beers, get my fall flowers out. a little fall tablecloth.
So
Have
it
an
was two
awesome day.
thumbs up?
It's a 2 thumbs up on the Narragansett beer. Have an awesome day, guys.